Hey guys and gals, figured it's been a long time since I've done a video on Dad's 2007 Crown Vic P71. A few things have been done to it since then. Got some new tires. These are actually Firestone tires that are on it now, made for the actual police car, just like the Goodyear Eagle RSAs were. These seem to have a little bit more grip than the Goodyear Eagles, but these do well in the snow as well. Not going to be a long video, just wanted to take you on a night drive home with me. I just got off work. Going to tell you a few things about it that I love, not much that I don't, other than it's a heavy car, but it runs good for a heavy car. In particular, this one. This has kind of a rare rear axle option, which would be the 355 limited slip gear ratio. A lot of these were open rear end. Not as many were limited slip. Makes it that much better in the winter time. For a big car, some gears really help. I know a lot of guys do 410 or 411 gears. I'm not sure exactly which. Ford, Chevy, maybe 411s. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, gears really help these. Modifications, just a couple little things since the last video, which has been a while. We've had this car a long time, zero issues, except for the transmission cooler lines. The clamps came loose up near the radiators. For all you P71 Panther fans, definitely something to check. The factory clamps do like to come loose. Tighten that down. Just lost a little bit of transmission fluid, maybe half a quart. Topped it off, and it hasn't leaked since. I put some of those aircraft type clamps on it just for good measure. So I'm driving this tonight because my 91 Camaro has been a great car, but it does not like the cold and the heat. I put a 180 thermostat in it, and it just does not get warm in the winter. I figured that might happen with a 160. Kind of surprised me that I got a 180, and it still doesn't, the heat just does not get very warm. So I'm probably just going to put the factory 195 back in that. Anyway, long story short, this car, compared to that, it just has an easier time in the cold. It does have a stronger blower motor. It gets pretty reasonable gas mileage, even with the gears. I mean, if you're not on it. Seems like with these gears, the magic number for gas mileage on the freeway, I'd say, is about 68 mile an hour. Any more than that, it starts to guzz a little bit. But this thing only has 25,000 miles on it right now and some change. It's an Arizona Crown Vic, so I mean, it's never seen salt or winter besides this. It's still pretty clean underneath. Dad doesn't take it out unless he needs to in this stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's faster than my 91 Camaro, which isn't saying a whole lot, but I've souped that car up a bit. It's probably about 205, 210 horse. Now, this car was rated at, I believe, 250 in 07. And I think it was 04 or 05 where they did a different gauge setup here. Like, you actually have a tack, which I like better. I'd love to have an oil pressure gauge and a volt gauge, but you can always add that. Just has the factory stereo, which isn't anything to write home about with a tape deck. It does work. The AC works. I recharged it a couple years ago. Still works great. The cruise, it does have the cruise wheel, but it does not work. I did get the horn working and the backup lights when we bought it. Still trying to get the cruise to work. I don't know if it was never activated, or maybe there's some other things I need to check. I've heard it's deactivated by police departments. Yeah, somebody chime in with that if you have any knowledge on that. Definitely would like to get the cruise working for Pop. But yeah, I mean, for a big car, it also handles very well. Still got the ticket light up here and your dome light. These here are deactivated when you get the car. You can always get those working again, but you can still switch it on manually. Just doesn't come on when you open the car. Yeah, it handles great. The performance, we've just done like a simple spacer in between the throttle body and intake K&N filter. and it has the infamous Marty Tune, and it also has the transmission, has a shift kit, a Transgo shift kit. Now combine that with the Marty Tune, and I had, what's nice is he sends you the handheld, and you can actually adjust the shift firmness, because with the shift kit plus the Marty Tune, it was shifting pretty hard between gears. So I would kind of subtract 5% here, 10% until it was just right. I might take another 5% out of second gear shift. But it runs good with the gears, the tune, and the little things we've done. We may free up the exhaust a little bit, but anyway, long story short, figured I'd take you on a quick drive here. Yeah, I mean, it's just a nice solid car. It rides nice for how well it handles. And a lot of people still think that these are in service, but more people nowadays, they're not really backing off like they used to, or slowing down, because a lot of people realize these are not in service in most areas anymore. Although on some forums I do see some small towns, etc., still have these, are still using them, which doesn't surprise me. I think it was 2012 or 2011 was the last year for these. But what a great car. I'm sure a lot of police officers still miss these cars. And yeah, they weren't the fastest, but they could stay at high speed for a longer time than most cars, which is why a lot of people did not get away. This car is probably about 270, 280 now. But it runs good, plenty of power. It always cracks me up when I used to watch the older Cops episodes and somebody's trying to get away from one of these in like a, you know, a Honda Civic non-VTEC or like a Chevy Cavalier. Like, nah, man, you're not getting away. Just pull over, it's over. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick pull here too. Runs good. The shift points on these too from the factory, I mean, it shifts into the next gear right at red line. It runs good, handles good for a big car. It gets pretty busy. The gears help a lot. Still got the road rage bar in the front there. Yeah, it's just an excellent car. I mean, even all these years later, since 07, it still feels well built. All the bushings are in good shape. Now, being from Arizona, that helps a lot. The car has zero rust or rot anywhere. Yeah, really a lot of good things to say about this car. So yeah, that's it. Just wanted to give a quick update on the Crown Vic. As I said, it's been a while. And thanks everybody for watching. And again, a sincere thanks to all of you who do watch and have subscribed. Thank you to all my subscribers, from the most recent to the oldest ones. Till next time, take care, everybody.